The brothers Grimm wrote a famous tale about a young girl who could spin straw into gold to catch the eye of a wealthy king. But today, Landrace Labs has been spinning straw into gold for years. The straw is a common weed we know as Cannabis sativa or Cannabis indica. And the gold? Well, that's this stuff. The perfectly extracted oils from perfectly grown plants. The story of Landrace Labs begins on the Landrace Farms in the Okanagan Valley of northern Washington state, just 5 miles from the Canadian border. Landrace Farms has perfected organic growing techniques in this rich glacial soil that yields a bumper crop of astonishingly powerful cannabis. From here, the fall harvest brings the flowers to Landrace Labs, where the extraction process begins. This is David Brookshire. He's the lab director at Landrace. With his collegiate roots deeply embedded in chemistry, he found the emerging legalized cannabis industry exciting because it is so new.
It's a new frontier. I kind of veered away from going into marine biology because I felt that it was already kind of overcrowded. Everybody's done all the basic research out that there is to be done, but with cannabis, like, we haven't even scratched the surface. All these basic sort of knowledge type facts that we have about every other compound that we consume or smoke, anything that we put in our body legally in the United States has years and years of data and tracking on how it can affect us. Not so for cannabis. So it's basically this entirely unresearched compound. There's just so much potential for research, development, awesome, crazy new stuff being made out of it.
With the finest cannabis being harvested from the farm, Landrace goes to work creating the finest cannabis oils. The extraction process is what separates Landrace from almost everybody else. It's a carbon dioxide extraction process that specifically does not use harsh solvents or chemicals, like many other labs.
Most common extraction labs out there are going to be making some sort of butane hash oil or propane hash oil. That's the most common, or an ethanol extracted oil. Here we do a CO2 extraction. We've got a nice 20-liter Eden Labs extraction machine back there. It is unique because it naturally sterilizes all of the material, doesn't leave any residuals. It has a very smooth taste and smoke to it, and you can get very selective compounds in your extract products using it.
The process begins like this. Flowers are ground down, then poured into the extractor. The vessel is sealed, and CO2 is added.
And we just start circulating that CO2 through the machine. When it's passing through the weed material, it is in what's called a supercritical state. So it takes on numerous physical properties, both of gas and a liquid, which makes it very efficient for extraction. So that just picks up all the cannabinoids and terpenes and all those other good things that we want out of those cannabis plants, and it drops it into a collection cup.
The CO2 process that Landrace uses is a little slower and a little more expensive. But the finished product is well worth it, and it speaks for itself. Organically grown, painstakingly processed, packaged into the gold standard of cartridges, and stunningly potent. At Landrace, we know we're doing it right. Landrace Labs, spinning straw into gold.